So working from home as a hardware engineer, never thought about this before. But I have to because of the pandemic. We're stuck at home, the project's still going on, your weekly meeting is still happening, deadline never pushed back. We still have to deliver things as we promised before, which is good. Then how can we do it from home? What? I don't have space. Yep, you need to clean up your room. I don't have hardware and the tools, equipment, can buy some, or you build something yourself. I don't have money. You're a hardware engineer, right? You can do a lot by yourself. I don't have time. What? Working from home, you still complain to have time? Alright, stop watching YouTube. My wife would not allow me to do this. Tell her you're gonna lose your job if you're not doing so. Build your own hardware lab at home with the lowest or zero cost. It is possible. I started off by cleaning up this messy corner of my garage. I was able to harvest some good plywood material from that and use them to construct several cabinets. It turned out to be a great idea because a hardware lab does need a lot of storage space. I have separate videos talking about how to build garage cabinets. Check them out if you are interested. So my work platform is composed of two different components. One is this guy, bought from Walmart, I think, a couple years ago. Has a pegboard system that I can hem my tools on it. Next to it is my homemade platform. I use some wood scraps to construct this platform. I really recommend this kind of structure because the whole thing is basically hanging on the wall. There's no table stands, so give you a very much free space to do anything you want. So good lighting is essential for a functioning workbench. Like I have this light up this area, including my server racks. I have a little light for the soldering station with a fan, which is very important. I have this light here, light up every component's cabinet. I also have a light here for my tools. Hey, those component storage cabinets came with very few dividers, so you have to use them as this. Apparently it's kind of a waste of space. So here's a way how I make more efficient of using the space there. Now we have increased the storage capacity from 2 to 4. And for small components like this, it's totally fine. It's even more spacious than it needed. Different from electrical components, I would recommend these plastic boxes for hardware such as screws. Label them and then store at places that you have easy access to. This tall but narrow drawer cart fits right into my floating cabinet, where I store various lab supply. Up here, I used cardboard boxes to manage the reuse. Cheap solution, but works great. However, when you're in need for a certain resistor, you probably don't want to go through all of them to find it. So these modular boxes are my top secret for a high efficient electrical engineer. Most of the time, you only need just one or two to do your prototyping work, so I will preload them in those modular boxes, labeling with the key information, and group them together according to their type and value. They will be hiding in a drawer for most of the time, staying away from all my other toys. When I need them for soldering, I just need a pair of tweezers. They saved me tons of time. So this cool vise has a lot of nice features. First of all, it's pretty heavy, so give you a very stable workstation. Came with a little soldering iron arm that you can rest your iron here when I'm done. And there's a little solder holder that you can put things in. When you need it, you can just pull it out like this, or just put it back. This little arm is adjustable to hold different weights of boards. When you have a board in like this, you just lock it, snap off, pretty sturdy. As a hardware engineer, you probably know the pain of sometimes when you're desperate for more than two hands, because you have to hold your soldering iron in one hand, feed solders in another one, and other stuff still flying in the air and no one can help you. So here came with this neat feature, which is called octopus arm. Basically give you extra hands. For example, if you want to solder this little wire to another wire, you can just ask those arms to hold for you. Then you can elegantly do all those soldering work very nicely. Another important feature, which is also pretty neat, is this lamp, which came also with a fan. Basically, you can turn this fan on and this will pull the smoke away from you. Just keep you healthy. So having a swivel monitor head next to your soldering station is definitely a plus. Every so often when you work on your boards, you need to check schematics. You can just turn it and you don't have to leave your seat. Just raise the head, look at the schematics, and continue soldering boards, which is very convenient. For the rest of the time, when you're done with soldering, you want to work on your computer, you push it back and grab a chair and just sit comfortably doing your computer work. So I also recommend leaving your table empty and putting your keyboard and mouse under the table with a tray. I bought this tray guide from Amazon for only $20 or less, because if you buy a whole tray, it's gonna cost you like $100 with complete solution. So I only bought the guide and grab a piece of wood and just mount it myself. Very cheap. Last but not least, oscilloscope. As you probably have noticed throughout my video, no one can claim their lab is a fully functioning hardware lab without a oscilloscope. So if your budget allows, I got this oscilloscope from eBay for about $500 and $600 plus shipping. It goes up to 500 megahertz. I think it's enough for most of my job. Pretty old, 20 years old, but works fine. So why not? So as a hardware engineer, I always envy my software engineer colleagues that they can easily work from home just with a laptop. It is hard for a hardware engineer because you have to have tools, equipment, all those stuffs to do a job. So this pandemic gave me the unique opportunity to try it out. And it turned out it's not that hard. All you need is what I said in my video. And don't forget to get approval from my wife. I hope my video will give you some ideas building your own workshop at home. Alright, thank you for watching. Time to go back to work.